alpha, you'll get the full game.
Right guys, so here we are. Let me just sort out my streaming software.
We're not planning a playable demo, not yet. We're going to be doing our Kickstarter campaign shortly, and then after Kickstarter's finished, we'll be getting the alpha build totally ready, and then the alpha will be available.
So this is the ship that you will start on. At least for now, we haven't decided on whether we will change the amount of ships, but for now, this is what we've got to show.
The Vanguard.
The Vanguard. It
There
is
is-
a
There is
very
an
large ship.
entire interior inside that ship, that, but we're going to save it until our next stream when the ship is flying and fully operational, and we want that to be a part of that live stream rather than this one.
Yeah.
So although there is a complete and almost finished inside that entire ship, we don't want to show it yet, so I didn't leave the door open.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't
but
wanna-
it just means we'll have more to show next live
Let's
stream.
just go around to the front of it really quick and just show them the front.
Yeah, I'm just going around.
Alright,
It is
okay.
absolutely humongous.
Yeah,
this
so
ship.
all our interiors are built straight into that. So you know, when we do the ship tour, that hangar door right there will just drop down. You just walk straight on. There's no loading screen. It's not instant. You just go straight on inside. All the interior is there already for you. You know, and it's the benefit of you can look out as well when you're in the cockpit and stuff. This is the
there's-
last watch hangar bay. Yeah, that's the front of it. So you can't see the cockpit, but the view out the cockpit is amazing. You know, you can
Hang
see
on, we
the
might be able to glitch it if I've left my no. Have we left it on?
you want to go side?
No,
If we-
I think we put the colliders on, so I can't do that anymore.
I think we could do like a 1-minute preview of the inside later at the end, maybe.
By the way,
We'd
have you
read
set it to
that.
archive? By the way, Alex. So people can view this.
Yes, it should be archiving. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the main thing we want to show you today is obviously our FPS controller. So Tom, if you'd like to just grab a gun real quick.
I'm just showing them the vehicles and stuff. Also here.
If you press L, it's debugged at the minute, but they will move forward if you push L.
Oh wait, what L? Oh yeah.
L moves them forward. I just mapped it to a random
Oh
key while I was
and
testing.
oh no, they've crashed into the ship.
It's
And
gonna be,
is there anything else they could do right now? Could they not go
No,
back?
I was just.
Oh.
They've got a lot of work left to do on them, but they float and they stabilize well, and they're entirely controlled through physics as well.
Yeah, these are our new vehicles, guys. Obviously, so
Right.
whoever had the question before
Right,
about
so
this is one of them. So
this is the demonstration of the inventory system. So we have a lot of guns on the floor, and they give you a projection to your retina, letting you know what the specs are of each gun. At the moment, this is just one set of weapons that we have so far, but we will have separate sets that will have different stats. So this is the launcher for this class. This is the... hang on, I can't see it because of the thing. This is the sniper rifle. We've got the shotgun. We've got the assault rifle. And we've got the pistol. Now I can go through and I can pick these up by pressing F. So I'm picking these up and they're going into my inventory. So now I can bring out the inventory. So this is the inventory that we brought, which is fully integrated with controllers, funnily enough, in case people wanted to use that. So as you can see, I picked up 5 weapons. I've got the pistol, the assault rifle, the shotgun, the sniper rifle, and the launcher. So let's say I want to use the pistol to start off. Let's see how that is. So that's come up there. We close the inventory. We've got the pistol here. Probably a low damage, but a good backup weapon if you wanted it to be.
again, guys, all of these weapons have slots in which you can put components. What do we call them? I've forgotten. Are they components?
Yes, they're components.
Yes, they are components. Right. We've got component slots for each of these weapon classes. So obviously there's going to be more weapons than this, but we'll basically get pistols, shotguns, assault rifles, snipers, and launchers. They've got different chances of spawnings, different rarities. This is just one set that can be found, but they won't all, spawn at the same time. So we've got component mods as well, so you can upgrade barrels, grips, the chamber, things like that. And depending on what component you put in it, it will cause a weapon to do a different thing. Like grips will reduce your recoil and things like that, and barrels will increase the damage or the projection of the shot. And you'll be able to swap out components, and literally you'll pick a style of a gun you like, or if you get a good spawn, because it's randomly generated stats on these weapons, you'll be able to just customize that gun further and make it the weapon that you really want. So it's an in-depth system that we're going for here.
Right, so we have, at the moment, I have a pistol in my primary weapon and an assault rifle in my secondary weapon. So if I scroll the mouse wheel, it has now switched to the assault rifle.
A quick word on the inventory as well. Make sure that you can use it entirely while you're running around. Like, you won't be able to turn left or right, obviously, but you can continue to move around the scene while you have your inventory open. So if you're running across like a long open space or whatever, you'll still be able to like do whatever you need to do for the inventory, sort stuff, move things around, drop stuff, equip stuff, do whatever you need to do. And that goes for the controller as well. So all of the inventory functionality in terms of the controller is done with your right thumb while you're moving around with your left. So all of it's done with pretty much the thumbstick, pushing the thumbstick in to open the radial menu, using the right thumbstick to select which tab you want on the radial menu, pushing it again to select it, and then we've quick mapped a lot of functionality to X, A, Y and B and all that sort of stuff. So there's no need to like slow down and stop when you like sort your inventory out. You can do it all while you're moving.
Yeah. Just answering one of these questions here. Wikipedia.org. Will the components change the appearance of the gun?
No.
Not at the moment, no. But there will be several different styles and things you can go for. If you like, it tends to be the way we're sort of looking for is we don't want you to be restricted by an appearance or a weapon stat. So if you find a gun and you think it looks cool, you should be able to use that gun. You shouldn't be forced to use another gun because it's a bit better. Obviously, some guns are better than others because they've got random stats applied. But if you upgrade the components of a gun that you found that you really like, you can keep that gun and you can keep making it better. You're not forced to pick a certain gun just because it's by default a lot better than yours. So, but obviously, these are just our first weapons. We're going to introduce a lot more. This is all still pre-alpha stuff, guys. So, border space. Borderlands is definitely, our game's a 4-player, first-person shooter, it's got some elements, but it's, we want to go for a more survival sort of style than Borderlands, which I feel is very arcadey. But yeah, so, what else have we got to show, boys? What should we show?
I'm just going through the weapons right now, just showing all the
just
different...
to note that any kind of particle effects you've seen or sound effects are just placeholder at the moment.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about what the individual stats on the weapons mean, like the abbreviations?
Craig can do that if he wants. Craig, do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
You just hover over a weapon.
I'll have to look at it, but
okay.
you'll have to give me a bit because my stream's really delayed for some reason.
Yeah,
it's delayed by 20 seconds.
Just pull the inventory up some and hover over the weapon so it shows the stats, and then when Matt can see it, he can start discussing it.
Right, there you go. So we got the a sniper actually. I'll just check that.
Someone is asking if you can just drop the volume down on the game as well, Tom.
Oh, the volume, yeah. Hang on. Do we have? I can't really actually because I don't have the options.
Can't you just mix it?
You can just... Can't you see it in the mixer?
I like how you've crouched in the corner to turn the volume down. Because I can't get you.
Well, as long as you don't shoot, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm just about to explain.
Okay, right. Yeah, just pull the inventory open or look at a gun so Matt can see the stats.
The inspection window, first off, compares... Like, if you just hold it over one that's in the inventory space and not one that's equipped.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's going to take a while now. It takes like 30 seconds, so...
Alright, well basically, when you're looking at the inspection window, the stats of that weapon are compared to whatever's in your primary slot, if there's anything in there. If there isn't anything in the primary slot, then it will go and compare it to whatever's in your secondary slot. I think it's just about to come up for me. Hang on.
Yeah.
Right, so you've got damage, pretty self-explanatory. FRAT, which is fire rate. FRAND, which is fire range. It's abbreviations. You'll as soon as you start playing the game, you'll like adapt them pretty quickly. DEP is basically depletion rate, so that's the amount of energy per shot is deducted from the entire 100% energy pool from the weapon. The recharge rate is obviously the speed at which it recharges. The spread is the distance in meters of spread you get at the end of that weapon's fire range. So for example, if you had a pistol that had a fire range of 10 with a spread of 1 meter, that means that the bullets would spread half a meter either up, down, left or right away from a perfect shot at the end of that range. So obviously it scales naturally with distance, so if you try and shoot something far away, you're going to be more
inaccurate.
What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, you're going to suffer more inaccuracy down all the way down to spread. But you know, if you're shooting someone point blank, then spread's not really going to come into it. Horizontal recoil and vertical recoil are well, yeah, the horizontal and vertical recoils you get that is applied to the camera per shot. Condition is the overall condition. Oh wait, yeah, that's the condition of the weapon, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But why is that 353? I thought condition was a percentage, unless I'm seeing it wrong. I don't know.
It might be 3.53.
Oh, it may be.
Yeah, it's just hidden a bit.
Sorry, yeah, I couldn't see the dot. Right, so that's 3.53, which means it's about to break. Conditions based off a 100% kind of thing to 0. And DEC is decay rate. So every time you shoot a bullet, your gun decays by some sort of amount.
You can repair your weapons.
Rate. Yeah, you can repair your weapons once they get down, but a lower, obviously, decay rate is something you want to see.
Your favourite gun's not going to break and you'll never be able to use it again. You'll be able to repair it.
Yeah, it will just become unusable when it's broken, which means you have to go back to the ship and repair it. The sniper rifle doesn't have. That's not entirely complete yet.
I'm still enjoying it though.
Done. That's got to be replaced with an overlay scope.
Okay, we've got a few questions. What happens when you die? So we're using a sort of permadeath system for this game. So if you die on land, well, first thing that happens, if your health goes to 0, you'll get incapacitated and drop to the floor. So this is basically a warning, you know, saying if this happens again, you will die. If you're incapacitated, your co-crew members or the other players can drag you back to the ship, put you on the medical table, repair you. You know, it might take a while, but you're not going to die if that happens. If you do die, you drop all of your items where you're standing, and you respawn back where we are now in Last Watch, which is at the far end of the galaxy at the start, where the game begins and where you keep your ships. Saying that, you do have like a storage place on Last Watch, so you can keep some guns there, and on your ship as well, you can store weapons, items, loot, whatever. If one of you does die, your friends can pick up your gear as well, so it's not like a total loss. You don't lose any of your perks when you die. We did have that in place, but we thought that was a bit a bit too much if you die and lost all your skills and stuff. So you retain your perks, you just drop all your items, and it's a survival game, so you know you can be killed by hunger, dehydration, as well as enemies as well, so that's something you've got to watch. If the ship is about to blow up, depending on what's blown it up or how it's got to that state, an alarm will sound, and you'll basically get about a minute to run around the ship, grab all of the loot and gear that you can, and get to the escape pods, because the ship will blow up, and then you'll lose everything that's on it. So you have to then go back to Last Watch where your ship will be, and you have to repair it or pay to have it repaired. So that's how the death system works. Anything else? What have we got here? System requirements. Alright, Craig's already explained that, good.
DMRs will be part of the sniper class.
Yeah, there will be DMRs. I mean,
the beauty of
like
it is how the weapons are generated. They've got a random. The stats are randomly generated between 2 values, so you could get a sniper rifle that's got a really fast fire rate but a really low damage. So, and obviously the other side of that, you can have a really slow fire rate and a really high damage. So you could sort of naturally get a DMR style weapon just spawn into the game, rather than like a specific type of DMR.
I think we should probably just do a quick 1 minute preview of the inside of the ship. Let's not show it all.
We can't really get inside it though.
We can't get inside of it without rebuilding the whole thing. And
we need to
sending
rebuild
over
that. We
the
can't
whole
just
EXE.
okay.
It's like,
Yeah.
Can we not TLC or something? In Unity.
if you can find
Clear.
a bit of the ship that doesn't have a collision box on it yet, you maybe.
Nah.
So I don't.
Alright, well we'll do a ship tour next time. That's something you guys should tune in for next time, definitely, because you're going to want to see that. Get a
You can
full
customize
tour.
the ship as well.
Oh yeah. There's in the same way you can customize your weapon with weapon components, you'll be able to customize the key areas of the ship, like your turrets and your engines and things like that, your shields. You'll be able to put components into those parts and improve the quality or change certain features. It's important to mention as well that we have as well as all these components and stuff, we've got things called crystals within our game. Crystals can be found hidden in caves and off really hard enemies. We may do some crystal drops. We haven't discussed that yet, but crystals will basically change a core feature of what you put them in. It's a bit vague, I know. So if you found an ice crystal or a heat crystal, you could put that in your engines, and there wouldn't be a description on the crystal telling you specifically what it would do. You just have to experiment. So you might stick it in your engine and see what it does, and it might create a cooling system, meaning the engine cools down faster, so you could use your afterburn for longer. The cooldown your afterburn becomes shorter because you've got a cooling crystal. You might try and put it in your weapon, and it might cause slow damage or something like that to your weapon. So you get these crystals that you can find, and you want to mix and match them and put them in different things and see what hidden sort of elements that each crystal contains. And so that's another part of our customization system. So it's really that's sort of an end game item almost. Finding the best crystals on one of the most dangerous planets will give you some really crazy, really cool stuff that you can do to your guns and to your engines and different parts of the ship.
Will there be a window showing the basics of the damage of a weapon, etc., on your main HUD? There is. I don't entirely understand the question, but if you're talking about like a sort of weapon heads-up display thing, yeah, there's supposed to be one projecting out the side. We just haven't put it in yet. Yeah. But there is a permanent. We don't really want a heads-up display that's just overlaid to your whole screen.
Yeah, it's nice.
We want everything to be interactive with the game and feel like it's part of the game environment. So the screen that we've got coming is one that's projected outside the weapon of the screen, which tells you the range of whatever you're looking at. So that basically it's like having a laser beam shoot out the end of your gun and return to you what the distance is of whatever you're looking at. The amount of energy that's left in it in terms of bars, and that will obviously deplete, and then it will flash red when it overheats. And it also tells you what fire mode you're in, whether you're in semi-fire mode or full fire mode. And I think that is about as much as it tells you.
Yeah.
Fire mode, range, and how much energy you've got left.
By nasty, can you go on a planet? Yes, you can most definitely go on planets. It's like our core feature is that you can take this spaceship through space, through and onto an atmosphere of one of the planets in the game. You can fly your ship around the atmosphere and land it, get out, explore, loot, scavenge, find new guns, food, survive, head back to the ship, do some repairing, do some upgrading, and when you're ready, leave and go.
No, he means, are we going on a planet in this stream?
I don't know if he did mean that. If he does mean that,
you just said
oh, okay. Then we won't be going on a planet in this stream, but in a coming stream, we will be showing you Scuderia, which is the first planet. That's definitely coming up at some point. Probably not the next one. Maybe the one after that. We'll give you a preview of that. So you guys got to keep tuning back in. But like I said, these are all going on YouTube now. If you're not subscribed to us, I'll just link to our YouTube channel now real quick. There's a few other videos some of you might not have seen on there. There you go. That's our YouTube channel. So be uploading all these to here, and it'd be great if you guys could just share them about with your friends, obviously, because I'm sure some of them will be interested in this kind of game because it is really, really good. How long have we been going for? 42 minutes.
Is there any last questions, really?
Yeah, I've got some more questions, guys. Bullets bouncing off certain materials. I don't know, Matthew.
I'm trying to think.
Sorry, I was just drinking something.
Come on, there must be some way to get in the collision box.
What did I was experimenting with that with Craig when I was actually writing the bullet scripts and stuff, and I think they did bounce or sort of skittered off the surface, but I turned it off. So it's a possibility that some weapons may cause might have bullets that bounce or deflect off surfaces, but I don't really know. But it's definitely something that's possible. Yeah, whether it was the old way of it just naturally happening through physics, or me just coding it indirectly. But there was that, and the I don't know actually. That's just completely left me. But yes,
it is possible. Yeah.
Talk about survival aspects. Okay, well, survival is something we wanted to include from the get-go. Oh, I just saw Tom clip through the bottom of the ship then, sorry. Eating, drinking, gathering food, yeah. So obviously you're going to need to eat, you're going to need to drink, and you're going to need to sleep to a certain extent. There are like stasis chambers on board the ship that will replenish your sleep. Sorry, it's not going to be a case.
I didn't know sheep were in the game.
Yeah. Okay. It's not going to be a case of sitting in them for 10 minutes or whatever. It'll be a quick thing, but it's something that you need to do. We've got to be careful with the survival aspect of the game because it's something we enjoy, but we know it's something a lot of players will probably see as a hindrance. Some other players, RP players, will probably love it, because it gives you a reason, and it's a fight for your life, especially with the permadeath system. It's another added threat or danger within the galaxy. So we don't want to make it too complicated. We don't want it to be annoying, but we want it to be something that's part of the gameplay, something that you have to play with. You have to do it. So things like water, there'll be a water system on your ship, like a tap that you can get water from and fill your canteen from, but you'll have to replenish this by mining ice asteroids. You can collect water when you're on the surface of a planet, but only if you've got something to put the water in. You can't just grab a huge load of water, take it back to your ship and last you forever. You'll only be able to take like 1 or 2 bottles worth with you, so it's something that's going to be quite scarce. You'll have to be aware of it, but if you're careful you shouldn't find it a problem. It's more there like, oh no, I'm in a situation where we were supposed to go on the planet really quickly, we've got into a fight or something, and now we're here for longer than we planned, and now water becomes a factor. I need to drink now, this is becoming a dangerous situation. Food is one of them things that can be found in a lot of places, from animals. Enemies will probably drop a bit of food, be generic loot, but again, food similar to water, we want you to be able to have to look for it. You won't be able to just buy it from vendors. So if you've got like 20,000, I can't remember the name of our currency. If you've got loads of money, you won't just be able to go to a merchant and buy loads of food and stock up on food. We don't want that because that just breaks the game. If you want food, you'll have to go out, you'll have to find it. You can keep it on your ship, maybe find like 6 rations, keep them there for a while, but eventually it's going to run out and you're going to have to go and look for some more food. So the survival mechanics are definitely there and they worked into the game really nicely, but be careful not to cause problems or annoyances to anybody else.
Before I change the subject from cooking and eating, how's the cooking going to work? Like Minecraft or something else? Cooking is essentially like crafting, isn't it? It's like anything else. So if you wanted to craft a weapon or a component, you'd do it much in the same way, except you'd use the kitchen unit.
We don't want to make it too complicated, though.
No, it's not. It's not overly complicated. Like crafting in itself is pretty easy. All you need to do is find the ingredients, and anything that has a schematic will tell you what you need to craft that particular item.
You just get more.
You just go up and do it. Yeah. So so essentially, you can. I'm pretty sure you can find food around on planets that you can just eat directly. Like if you picked up a fruit from a tree or something, you'd just be able to eat it. But obviously if you saved all your ingredients and took them back to the ship and actually cooked something with them, you'd be able to produce a much more better quality product of, like, if you ate something that you actually cooked instead of just picking it straight from something, you'd get more of a bonus from it, I guess. It depends on what we're thinking of doing with food and whether it's going to provide stats or whether it really is just something to repel your hunger.
Let's get these.
Yeah, I wanted to go back up to a server one. Will there be more servers to play on, or only one server that all players can join and play there? Essentially, everyone hosts their own game. There are no servers that everyone joins. It's your own It's your own server that's hosted by you. So if you start a game and you want to host it online, there's a cloud server which starts especially for you, and you can have anyone you want to join that game. You just need to tell them what your game name is, so to speak, or password or whatever, so you can give it to whoever you want and they can join in. In terms of the amount of people that you can have joining a game, that's still being debated. It's really down to testing, which is going to happen much later on.
It's not so much a performance issue as well as a balancing issue. You know,
it's both. So we're trying to decide that, and you know, we never intended this game to be like a fully fledged thing with 32 players coming in and fighting it out together. It's like it was never designed to do that.
Yeah.
So it would be almost as if we had to change a lot of the mechanics and the way we've programmed things to kind of adapt to that sort of environment instead of just 4 players working together. It hasn't been designed that way, so we'd have to probably do an entirely separate mode to cater for that kind of environment, which won't be happening straight from the get-go. Next question is
do we have a Kickstarter? Kickstarter is our next stage. After, you know, we're going to keep live streaming and showing you guys what we're working on, and then we'll hit the Kickstarter, which we really do need. You know, we do need Kickstarter to work. We've done all of this so far, you know, without any funding. So we hope you guys will be psyched enough, and we'll get the Kickstarter going. Reisman, does it affect your aim? Is health okay? I think we'll probably. That's not something that's too complicated for us to script.
Probably not,
like
but there's things like when you're thirsty, when you're dehydrated, you can barely see. Your vision starts to go all funny from dehydration. And if you're hungry, I can't remember what happened. I think you slow from hunger. You start walking.
Yeah,
so if you get too hungry, you just don't have any energy to do anything anymore.
Yeah, you can't sprint anymore and stuff.
So it is in your best interest in terms of survival aspects to keep in good health.
Right, I think we should probably bring it to a close there, guys, because we've been going for a while and we don't want to reveal everything.
Please jump into space at the end.
Yeah, someone's got to jump off the hangar.
Right, are we ready?
It'll be awful.
If there were some asteroids out there, you could try and land
them. Turn around. Is there asteroids? Is there any asteroids?
No, there isn't any out there.
No, there's nothing
I'm
out
scared.
there. Nothing.
I'm pretty scared.
I'm just asking you.
I gotta say though, you know. Yeah.
If the world
pretty
is
nice view.
Will it be living? Going back to a place we already cleaned to find another bunch of pirates that settled in it after we'd left. Enemies will probably, there'll be a cycle where enemies respawn on planets.
There's different spawn points there, so you might go to somewhere one time on the planet and then you might not find anyone, but then you go back there again and then there's a camp there. So if you imagine there's 5 different spawn points for a group of pirates, you might only find them in one of that at the time you visited. So it will feel different, like the game is living.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have a jump pack? No, but there. I think
we have a lot of the stuff is like gadget based, so we would have something that would assist in jumping.
We could put that in maybe.
Sort of cool items.
Someone asked about flares as well, and the idea for flares is yes, we are going to have them in the game, and I think it's an attachment to a pistol, or is it just a separate tool? I'm not sure. I think it's a separate tool, and you fire flares out of a gun, so to speak. So instead of just throwing a flare on the floor, you can shoot it and it hits. So if you need to put a lamp up somewhere on the wall or inside a cave, or you need to shoot it so you want it to stick to a particular place, you can just shoot it wherever you want it and just stay there.
Yeah.
Someone
Right. I think we should probably bring it to a close there, guys.
Yeah, because Tom's just
joining in.
off, so...
We're gonna cut this up.
Good game.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut this up and put it on YouTube. 10 out of 10 would jump again, lol. Okay. So yeah, you can watch this on YouTube if you want to watch it again. Maybe you missed the start. I know some people have already left halfway through, so they'll probably catch the end of it. Share it with your friends. You know, we'll be doing this bi-weekly, hopefully. So not next Wednesday, the Wednesday after. We'll do a ship tour for you guys, and we're going to concentrate on getting it flying, hopefully. But at the very least, we will have the doors opening and stuff, because our cockpit is amazing. It would be great if we could get that working for you guys and showing you all the cool things we can do, all the stuff you can do for the cockpit.
Yeah, I'm going to be getting back on that.
So hopefully that'll be the subject of the next stream. So 2 weeks from now, same place. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, because we're doing loads of updates on there. And, you know, I always tell you guys when the next stream's coming up. Check out the YouTube channel if you haven't. ODST, sorry. We're not going to show the ship. Ship is coming in 2 weeks. We don't want to just show you the ship and then show it to you again with all the features. We want to show it to you with everything, and it will be amazing. So that's what we want to do.
And there'll be a better font on that screen next time.
Yeah, coming soon. I gave him today to you.
It's a lovely font. It's Calibri, I think.
Okay, right. So yeah, we're going to stop it there, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Okay.
Cheers, guys.
Bye bye.
See ya. Take care.
Bye bye.
See ya.